Alright, what is up guys? This is TCG Sam here, and in today's video, I got a Dogmatika Invoked test hand video. So I recently uploaded a Dogmatika Invoked profile, and I'm gonna upload a Dogmatika Invoked combo video if I have not already. And I decided the last thing to close that off would be a Dogmatika Invoked test hand. So like, how consistent is this deck, like how consistently it can actually draw its combo cards and its combo pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to demonstrate that in today's video. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna finish shuffling up and just get straight into test hand number 1. So I'm gonna assume we're going first, and I'm gonna do one going second as the third test hand. So for the first test hand, start with Meltdown, Nadir Servant, Gamma, and Punishment. So this is actually a really incredible hand. We have the two best starters in our deck in Alistair and Servant, plus a Gamma to protect our Meltdown if they should ash it. Like, I'm not gonna assume they ash the Meltdown, because that'd be a little too ideal for us. I'm gonna Meltdown, add Alistair. But if they ash, like, we can just Gamma here and make a free Omega, rip another card out of their hand, which is just really good. But I'm assuming they don't. Next, I'm gonna normal summon Alistair. Alistair effect grabs me Invocation. Then I'm gonna link the Alistair and into an Almirage into a Secure Gardener. So at this point, if I was going blind into a tournament, I didn't know what my opponent was playing, I would play it a little safer and not get Dogmatika Maximus off of the Nadir Servant, because I don't know what they have in their extra deck. They could be playing Shaddolls, they could have cards like Cyber Dragon Nova or whatever. So like, I just want the information first. So like, going first blind, like, you know, I prefer not to have Dogmatika Maximus, so maybe it's a good idea to actually side it instead of just side it in like games 2 and 3. But yeah, regardless, Invocation, sending those two away for Mechaba, in defense always to play around Lightning Storm. And then Invocation shuffling itself back, grabbing Alistair, and now you can activate your Nadir Servant. I'm gonna do a standard combo where I end on Fleur de Lis, because we already hard drew the Punishment. We don't really need anything else. I can also, it's an Apclone effect, grab Shadow Schism, and I actually don't mind discarding the Alistair here because I have a Magical Meltdown for next turn to grab another Alistair anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna drop Alistair to the graveyard. So like, this way, in my combo video, I'm gonna show how, yeah, you don't really need Maximus to actually do the Winda combo. So yeah, I can special summon Birch, Dogmatika, Ecclesia next. Ecclesia effects, since we already have Punishment, we just add a Fleur de Lis. And yeah, that's pretty much just gonna do it for our turn. We're gonna set the Punishment and the Schism in different columns, of course, play around Mech Knights always. And yeah, that's gonna do it for our turn. So on our opponent's turn, we have Shadow Schism. We can banish the Alistair and the Apclone, summoning a Windows, and sending a dark monster our opponent controls to the graveyard. And we also have a Fleur de Lis to negate something. And then we also have Punishment to send either Titaniclad, or we could send like Elder Energy Ents, or if we really wanted, we can even send Cypher and Lord Omega. So yeah, that's it for test hand number 1. We opened pretty optimally. If you played Dragoon, you definitely could have done something different and ended with the Dragoon as well, but I don't play that card, so that's why I chose this route. Yeah, that's going to do it for test hand number 1. Alright, and for test hand number 2, I'm just going to finish shuffling up this, and I'm just going to assume we're playing into one hand trap from our opponent on one of our starter cards this time, to see how well this deck can play through hand traps. Who knows, maybe the hand won't let me play through it, but I will do my best. So yeah, shuffling up one more time, we're just going to assume our opponent has any random hand trap, be it an Ash or a Veiler or Imperm. I'm not going to count cards like Gamma, No Material, stuff like that. Those are a different story. People may not be main decking those, but stuff like Ash, Imperm, Veiler are more common. Starting off, double Veiler, Fleur de Lis, and Servant. So obviously, if we get Ashed on the Servant, it's going to be really bad. Let's say we don't, but if our Ecclesia gets Ashed or something, then yeah, there's nothing we can really do. At Ecclesia, at this point, I think I would go for the Apclone play. You definitely don't have to, but like in a blind matchup, you don't know what you're playing against. Like, I think Apclone is definitely not too bad. But like in this case, it's also important to note that you don't have a dark monster to get into the graveyard, so it's a little difficult to actually do that play. So yeah, I'm not gonna send Apclone. I think that I just kind of have to send Titanoclad, and then normal summon the Ecclesia. Like, yeah, it gets met with the imperm we said they'd be having. I actually put in super polymerization over the 3 Call by the Graves after the new list. The super polymerization against Dragoon is just so powerful. Use Dragoon and Anaconda into Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, which then baits out another negate. And if they negate and destroy it, it clears their whole board. So like, this card is incredible with super polymerization. Plus it's a pseudo disruption. So yeah, also really always good to have. Next, so like, assuming we get Valor Imperm, not much we can really do. And face Titanoclad, we're able to add another Ecclesia for next turn, so at least that way we'll be able to have a good grind game. This should definitely be enough to stop our opponent from OTKing us. We have a Disruption in Fleur-de-Lis, 2 Effect Veilers, and like, if we really need to as a last resort, super polymerization away their board for like Starving Venom or something. So yeah, at least you won't die. Not the greatest hand really, but since we only open Servant as our playable card. But yeah, let's us go into the final test hand where we are going to blind second. Alright, so for the final test hand, I'm going to be blinding second. I'm assuming our opponent's going to put up like a Dragoon, because this format, you're always going to be staring down a Dragoon and like maybe one more disruption. Of course, this is all hypothetical, and yeah, it really depends on the hand traps we open as well. Maybe we're able to stop our opponent from even getting to Dragoon in the first place, but we shall see. So shuffling up right here, and let it. We're gonna draw 5 and see if we draw a hand trap to stop our opponent. Oh wow, triple impermanence. Well, I guess our opponent isn't really gonna be able to do much with this. Like, let's assume we use all 3 impermanences. Our opponent literally has nothing. Draw for turn, Ecclesia, that's really great. I'm gonna start with Desirous. Even if this gets like negated by something, I did not expect triple imperm, but like, even if this gets negated by something, we still have a decent play in Ecclesia and Fleur-de-Lis. Draw our 2 cards. This is not super great. Driver and Super Poly. See what we banished. Maximus, 1 Alistair, 2 Alistair Schism. That's pretty bad Desires, really. Lost 2 of our Alistairs, a Schism and a Maximus, so like, our grind game is hurt pretty much, but like, the fact that we started off with triple imperm, pretty crazy, honestly. If our opponent still has some semblance of a board, you can still like do this. Special Ecclesia, effect Ecclesia, add punishment, and then activate Fleur-de-Lis special. So this should definitely be game, assuming their board is clear after this, because 28, 3k and 2k, and if Starving Venom gain like something's attack, it should be enough. But even if it isn't enough, you could definitely just save the Fleur-de-Lis, set the punishment, and you should just be good from here, because we triple impermed our opponent. Honestly, that wasn't much of a test hand, so I'm actually going to shuffle up and do one last one going second. I just did not expect to draw triple imperm. Well, at least that way our opponent definitely wouldn't be able to get out his Verte Anaconda and into a Dragoon. So we'd definitely be good there. Assuming they paid 2,000 life points for Verte Anaconda, we would have won there, because we had well over 6,000 damage on the board. Alright, let me quickly shuffle up for the last final test hand, no matter what happens. I just did not expect the last one to go like that. Alright, draw 5. Schism, Imperm, Meltdown, Desirous, Invocation. Alright, so we have one negation. So let's say we Imperm our opponent, and now they have a Dragoon on the board, like as their only disruption, because we stop all their other plays, assuming they have like 1 Dragoon. Draw for turn, Gamma, that's actually really, really good. Meltdown, I assume they probably wouldn't negate it, to be honest. And then now I'm gonna Desirous. I'm pretty sure like they would negate this with Dragoon if it was their only card, because normally Alistair alone after Dragoon negates something is not enough to kill Dragoon. So it'd be on 4k and he'd be like, oh whatever, I'll just negate it, and he can have an Alistair, but it won't be enough. So I'm gonna assume he attempts to negate it. Hopefully we don't banish our driver. Of course we banish our driver. So yeah, he's gonna negate it and now become 4K. So that is pretty terrible for us. We are in a pretty terrible spot. I believe we banished our other invocation as well. So yeah, not fun. Not fun. We lost an Alistair. Can't even stop anything now. I believe I only play 2 invocation. Yeah, I only play 2 invocation. So super unfortunate. But like the most we could do here, honestly, secure Gardna, and then like we can't even activate the Alistair. That's how bad it is. Next, you can invocation. Like honestly, I'm not sure what we can invocation into. That would be able to out his Dragoon. That's 4K attack. Because we actually don't know how many cards he has on the field. Like, if he has a lot of cards, Trio might be able to out it. Algoides certainly won't out it. Mechaba, yeah, it's just really depressing. We banished our driver, but whatever. We will summon. I guess we could summon our Trio. Sorry, I don't have it on me. And then like invocation it back, add it back, and hopefully it's enough. But like honestly, I really just think we lose that game, considering we banished that. Let's see what we'd have drawn. Ecclesia and Perm definitely would have helped. So yeah, sometimes they're just games like this. You get super unlucky. That was a pretty bad Desires. Lost invocation, Alistair, double super poly, which would have been my out to the Dragoon, and yeah, of course driver hurt the most. But yeah, anyways. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated, keep posting videos like this, and it really helps the channel grow. And I'm hoping to reach 500 subscribers by the start of 2021, so I hope you guys can help me reach that. It'd be much appreciated on my part. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video once again, and once again, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. If you guys want the cheapest Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the market in Canadian dollars with free shipping to Canada, then be sure to check out my eBay page in the description below.